Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. How's everybody doing today? Is it is it is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you not watch Handmaid's Tale yet?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my god.
Every episode you say, "Oh my god."
It's pretty dang good.
Is it? All right. Well, I have to get into it. That'll be something else to keep me away from listening.
Hi, Hank. Hi, Liz.
I'm still, of course, trying to find the chat here.
Too
Come
good.
on now. Oh, how's everybody doing this morning? Now that I know it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
I was actually, I should have just watched it. I stayed up. I think I was up until 12:30 last night.
Oh my god.
Getting things, just trying to get in the mode, and I did. I listed and got some other stuff done, but
That's good.
Yeah, I had to stay up late to get things done, and
Bless you.
Bless you.
So, but yeah, but I didn't. I was gonna watch it, and I guess it slipped my mind. So,
Hi, Brenda.
Wasn't
Hi,
able to
Val.
watch it. Good morning.
Yay, Brenda's no longer just a lurker.
Yay! She graduated. Happy graduation.
Well, I have a story to tell.
Well, you go for it,
ready.
girl. You go for it.
So it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and the store was like pretty dead. Like I probably hadn't had any customers in 20 minutes, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get a lot of stuff done tonight. And so here comes this lady, and she has 2 kids. She's got a 2.5-year-old and a 9-year-old boy.
Oh my gosh.
She comes up to the counter and says, "Can I use your phone because I need to get to Westland," which when I looked it up, it's down by Livonia, down south, and I don't know how to get there. And so I'm like, okay. She goes, "So can I use your phone?" And so I was like, yeah. I said, "So it's not local?" And she said no. So I let her use my cell phone.
Okay.
Well, whenever like before that, she told me, she said it's kind of like an abusive situation, to where I'm like, I was having a fight with my boyfriend, and he was hitting me and stuff. So we need to get away from him. So I was like, yeah, you can use my phone and stuff as long as you stay in the store.
Right.
And so she started calling somebody and talking to somebody, and she's crying, and everything. And so while she's on the phone with this other person, the cops come in. And so she, says, "Okay, well, I'm I'm gonna go talk to the cops and then I'll call you back or whatever, or
Uh-huh.
you can call me back. And so uh they like come in and start talking to her, and they're like, can we talk to you outside?
Mhm.
So she's like, yeah. So she goes outside with the cops. Well, I'm in there with the kids.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm just like, for the next 2 hours, I basically babysat
Ugh.
and tried to keep this 2.5-year-old. They were outside doing sobriety tests and stuff on her,
Uh-huh.
and like right outside the door. And I was standing in front of the door so the kids couldn't see. And because
Right.
I was afraid that like she was going to freak out and like it was going to be a big thing, and the kids were going to start freaking out. Well, every once in a while, one of the cops would come in there and try to like help me, watch them and keep them entertained and stuff. And after a while, um, one of the cops, uh, Josh, he comes in and he is going to get a coffee. And all of a sudden he goes like this and he's listening to his earpiece, and then he darts out the door. And I'm like, oh shit. So
Yeah.
I stand in front of the door, and I stand in front of the door. The little girl's trying to get out, the 2.5-year-old. She's trying to get out, crying, saying that she wants to see her mom. And I'm like trying to, talk to her and, keep her entertained. I bought her like one of those little egg things that have the toy and the candy stuff in it. And
Right.
she played with that for a little bit, but she was just mad. She wanted her mom.
Yeah.
I felt really bad. And so yeah, I knew she was going to get arrested. And so then the other cops went outside with her when that happened and stuff, and I'm in there by myself with the kids. And I told the boy, I said, Ashton, if something happens, I said, don't be scared. These cops are good cops, and they're good guys. And
Mhm.
I see them all the time. I see them almost every day. I said, just know that they're gonna help you and they're gonna take care of you and your sister, and they're gonna get you back to your family as soon as they can.
Mhm.
And so after a while, it was like 2.5 hours.
So
They
the mom got arrested.
for drunk driving, yeah,
Oh shit.
and for what is it called? Child endangerment, because the kids were in the car.
Right.
And
Man.
she fucked up. So I guess what happened was her and her boyfriend had a fight. She had been drinking,
Uh-huh.
so she gets in the car with the kids, drives off, and she's calling him, telling him where she's going, which she's a dumbass.
Right.
And so the cops show up at the store because they know exactly where she's at, and um, I guess they were headed downstate, and
Uh-huh.
he just knew that she had been drinking. The kids are in the car. He didn't want something bad to happen to her. So
Right.
whether it was that or revenge, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, I just felt sorry for the kids, and the cops took he said, you want to go for a ride? And Ashton goes, in a police car? And he said, yeah. And so Ashton was all for that, you know, um, and so they took him to the station and stuff, and I, I guess they were just gonna basically sit him in front of a TV. I'm sure the kids were exhausted
Oh yeah.
because you know at this time it's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and and so you know they they said that the person they had been talking to, which was the person that she was talking to on my cell phone,
Hmm.
um, was gonna drive up. It's like the mother-in-law or somebody was gonna drive up and get the kids,
Mm.
and but that wasn't until like not today but tomorrow,
Oh gosh.
and so they're gonna have to go to CPS.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have to go into foster care for
Yeah.
either a day or two. So I just felt bad for them. Felt
Sure.
so bad for them.
I mean, of course you wanted to help her, you know, because you're a survivor of you know uh, abuse.
And
So you
I couldn't tell that she was intoxicated.
okay.
But when I turned around and I seen that they were doing sobriety tests on her, she wasn't walking straight.
Yeah.
She was failing.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just bet that it was so. I mean, I think the 9-year-old knew what was going on.
Hmm.
I think he knew that something was going to happen to his mom. And so I don't know. He kind of like shined it on or whatever.
Yeah.
Like maybe this has happened before. Maybe, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
You never know.
No. You, and one way that you can tell that just by you kind of talking and everything, I can kind of tell that it was probably something that had happened at least once before,
Hmm.
because it didn't sound like he was really like freaked out.
No.
It sounded like he was kind of like, he's used
And
to
he
this.
wasn't like,
We've done this before.
yeah, he wasn't like itching to see what his mom was up to, or he wasn't even looking at the door.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was, he didn't seem scared at all or anything like that.
That's
He
so
just,
sad because I mean, a nine
yeah.
year old would be scared. They
Hmm.
would be afraid. They would want their mom. They would, want to know exactly what was going on. You
Yeah.
wouldn't want to, be with this stranger lady, that is, you know, working here, but now she's watching you,
Yeah. I know.
eh, and more
Some
than
lady
likely
in a
because
some lady in a uniform shirt with a name tag.
that's so sad though. I'm
Yeah.
glad you were there to help, as much as you could. I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't completely remedy the situation, but at least you were able to, let her use your phone, and
Yeah.
of course, calling her husband and telling her husband or boyfriend or whatever he was that, I'm over here. That's
Yeah.
yeah, she wasn't the sharpest
Yeah.
tack in the bunch.
I think so, Carol. Carol asked if babysitting is part of my job now, along with making donuts.
Well,
It's
you're
it's
a
kind of it's kind of like that.
you're a tweaker squasher,
Yeah.
and I mean, you've got so many different job titles
I've
with
I've
that job.
had some I've talked to a old guy that was living in his van, and found out that he was living in his van for like 3 years, and he had dementia, and he kept, no matter what, he kept coming back to the store, and like it was like he had nowhere else to go.
It's
And
like it was Groundhog Day or something, right?
and so I actually took him to the back room, and we were talking and stuff, and we called EMS to come get him because there was nothing else we could do with them.
Right.
And no matter, he left like 3 times because he was afraid that we would probably call somebody,
Sure.
and he'd leave and he'd come right back.
Gosh.
And so we had to, and he had to go to a nursing home, um
Hmm.
you know, so, and he didn't have any family,
Yeah.
so it was sad. That was sad too. So yeah, that's part of other duties as required. Yeah, actually I trained somebody last night for donuts, so I won't be doing donuts much longer.
Woohoo!
Yippee!
Give that job to somebody else.
I got enough freaking handles.
No doubt about it.
So
I'm glad you were able to help her, So
yeah.
Convenience store and counseling service
she,
and babysitting.
you know,
Yeah.
I hope, I would hope that, she doesn't forget that, I mean,
Yeah.
you lend her a hand, and it didn't turn out probably the way that she wanted it to, but
No, and as far as I know, she didn't like throw a, you know, cause a ruckus or anything like that. But I think they walked her off somewhere else and probably put the handcuffs on her and stuff.
yeah.
So just to make sure that the kids didn't see her.
Yeah. Man, that's a long one.
Yeah, I
That
think
must,
it's a long one.
that must be just for Tom. Just for Tom.
Speaking of
Brenda says I've got a big heart, but I have a lot to make up for. So I mean, not really a lot to make up for, but I do feel like I have some stuff to make up for.
What do you mean?
Well, like I believe in karma big time now, and I used to not
Well, sure. I
believe
mean,
in karma,
yeah.
and I kind of used to. I feel like I took advantage of people when I was younger, so I tried to kind of
Trying to give
do
back a little
more
bit.
than expected
Yeah.
when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because not so it'll come back to me, but it does come
Right.
back.
Right. Right. But just to put it out there and, you know, not doing it to get stuff back, but just doing it because of, all the people that helped you,
Yeah.
in your life. So
pay
Yep.
it forward.
that's
Mhm.
exactly what you got to do. And I think as you get older, I think you realize, all the crappy stuff that you've done throughout your life, and it's like, man, I was
I was an
awful.
asshole.
Yep. Yeah.
I was just a real jerk, selfish, and I think we all kind of go through that where we have to, kind of, as we get a little bit older, we got to give back and help somebody. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too bad that we can't be like that, right from the get go. But
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Sadie, he says I was an angel. I'm
I'm still
sure.
trying. I'm still trying to get my chat up. I don't know what's going on.
I thought you were going to say I'm
So,
still trying to get my wings
oh
in
God,
Halo.
yeah. If I get those, that'll be a
A-
miracle.
Hi, Tom.
Good morning, Mom.
Pure miracle.
Hey, Sally. Hey, everybody. Deb, Valerie, Codrick.
Good morning, Todrick.
Mm,
Come on, chat. I am
You must
tired
have
of messing
slept hard last night, Tom.
I just got up. I didn't.
It looks like somebody burned a cross into your forehead. And it's probably from browning or something, but
It's probably my shingles acting up.
Oh,
oh,
no. Yucky.
you have
You
shingles?
guys,
Yes, ma'am.
Oh no.
Tom.
It comes and goes.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, once you get them,
you never lose them.
it's in your system. Like any kind of stress or low immune, time, they could always pop up.
But shingles is a form of
Chicken pox.
chicken pox, right?
Herpes.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the varicella or
Right. It's not.
right?
Yeah. It's. I
Am I
don't know.
thinking of the right thing?
Yeah. Kind of. I think so. But it
Yeah.
it does. It stays in your system, and so it can
Flare
come
up.
back anytime. Yeah.
Isn't
Flare
that
up.
painful, Tom?
It makes you want to take a steel to a wire brush. Like I get it right across my forehead, right across here, and
Yeah.
there's times I just like to take a wire brush to it. It burns so bad.
Oh man. No, I was
So
just trying to be
anyway,
funny. I was just trying to be funny. I wasn't making fun of you.
oh no, that's all right. I didn't. I did not. I went to bed and then something woke me up, and then it was about 2:30 before I went to bed. Went back to sleep, and I took Vanya to school, and then I came back and laid back down.
Mm.
That's good.
Mr. Zay says, "Oh my God, I thought I was dying when I got them. I had to be carried to the car. I hurt so bad."
Yeah,
Wow.
it will. It's pretty bad when you get a bad case of it.
Yeah. My father-in-law ended up with it. He's a truck driver, and he got them all on his back.
Oh
It
God.
was on his back and his sides, and he was out on the road when it happened, and so of course he had to get back so he could go to the doctor and everything, and yeah, he said it was horrible.
Wow.
He said it was awful. So, but I hope you feel better.
Oh,
Do you,
I will. I am.
do you take medication or?
I've got some stuff to take if it gets real bad.
Okay. Well, don't wait till it gets real bad.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not. And it's probably just because I'm just tired, and that's probably the reason it's kind of like flared up this morning. Good morning, Hank. Good morning, Beth or Liz, whoever True 72 is this morning.
Beth.
Beth.
Oh no, 272
Liz.
is Liz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beth is
Yeah.
10 of hearts.
Good morning, Texas Brenda. Good morning, Texas Val.
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous.
Did you have a are you watching the Dog and Bone this morning?
The Dog and Bone. Yeah, the telephone, right?
Yeah.
I was watching.
Oh, she just got a kick out of that.
Dog and bone means telephone.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
It's
That's the
English
English.
slang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, they had the what's it called? The snotty,
Snobby.
Snobby picker.
snobby. Oh, snobby, snotty.
Not snotty.
Go blow your nose, Mister. Oh my gosh!
Hello,
I need to picture
Carol.
that.
I thought they called it the telly.
Well, this is what do they call it? It's like a dialect.
Right.
Anyway, it's their dialect over there. You know, like Liza Doolittle from My Fair Lady.
Yeah, it's just it's more of a slang.
Yeah, it's just like, and the Australians apparently use it too, according to Wikipedia.
Oh.
I
Because
see.
you know, Texas Val, she can't take anything for that gum truth. She's got to.
Yeah, look it all up.
She's got to
She
look it
wants
all
to
up.
know. She wants to be in the know.
And she likes her cold beer out of an aluminium can.
Aluminium. Oh my gosh.
And she packs her car in the garage. That was a lot of fun. Lord have
Okay.
mercy.
It's really ticking me off here.
What's wrong?
Well, I can't get my. For some reason I can't get my chat up. At all.
I bring mine up on my phone.
I'm not really sure why.
I have to go to bed early today.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Because you got 8 o'clock again tonight, right?
Yeah.
And then you're done, correct?
Yep, I quit.
You did not. Don't say that.
Full time eBay. Come on, full time eBay.
Hey, you know what?
Me and
We've been
Valerie
waiting a
used to say
long
that all
time.
the time before she went full time. Come on, full time eBay.
That's right. That's what you got to keep saying to yourself. Come on, come on.
Mr. Sadie, that was a good video of you singing, son.
Yeah, it was.
You sing
You have a
good.
wonderful voice. Yes. Absolutely.
You and Todd should get together and do duets.
And a good guitar player to boot.
Yeah.
And when you drink too much beer from your aluminum can, you can have to go to the loo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Or what they call it, the toilet too.
Hello. The bathroom is the water closet. Or that's where you go to wash your hands and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was a lot of fun. I actually went to his wife's website, and one of the first vehicles. Well, it's like the third vehicle on our list, but one that stood out real fast, like to me, was they went to a steam show.
Wow.
And she showed a picture of a steam tractor running around out in the field. So I had to make sure Nikki had the link so she could go look.
That's cool.
That's kind of ironic that, you know, two people like.
Huh. That's crazy.
Valerie says, get her. Get her.
Yep. I agree. Well, I made it another day. I didn't buy anything yesterday.
You got
That's
the
awesome.
shakes?
Did you have money?
No, not really. Not really a whole lot of money to spend. But I mean, I have money, but I you know, I'm trying to save it all up and everything. So I'm doing all right.
She's got another vacation coming up. She's got to start bankrolling it.
I got a move coming up. That's why I got to start. You know, the vacation. Yeah, it's actually, this one is actually, I will not call this a vacation. It's going to be a visit. It will be a visit.
Oh, she meant guitar. Guitar.
A guitar. Yep. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, Sally and my sister Amy, they were both in choir. You know, they can sing. I sing, but only in my car and in the shower. Those are only two places I really sing. I'm not. I don't have a good pitch, I guess you could say. Anyway,
I don't agree with that.
I sing really good in the car with the radio on. So let's just say that. But you know, like my sister, she can write songs. She taught herself how to play the guitar.
Not me.
She taught
Talking
herself.
about the other one.
Yeah, Amy. So if you get a chance, go over and check her YouTube channel out. She is Amy Barkley.
Amy Jo.
And Amy Jo Barkley,
Barkley.
and she's on YouTube, and she's recorded a couple of her songs. And like I said, she's a songwriter. She is, and she does it for her. You know, it's just a thing that she enjoys doing. But she's a perfectionist. Like, it won't be recordable until she knows every single note, knows how to play it on the guitar, you know, perfectly. And you know, so that's her thing. But
Sally, you the middle child?
Who?
Sally, are you the middle child?
She's one of the middle ones.
Me and Amy are both middle childs.
Yeah.
Children. Childs.
Yep.
We're both middle childs.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You have a brother too. Where's he at in the makeup?
A baby.
Oh, he's the baby.
He's the baby. He's the only boy and the baby. He struck gold. He struck oil when he did that, when they made him. Because yeah.
He might as well have been wearing gold shoes when he popped out. He had so much white boy privilege.
Oh God. It was disgusting.
Was he spoiled?
Yeah.
Oh, to the core, rotten.
Yeah.
Rotten.
Boy I went to high school with, he was the only boy in his generation. Like, all his cousins were girls. And his uncles were adamant about, dude, you got to get married, you got to have some kids. The name is going to either continue through you, or it's not going to continue at all. But he did. He had 12 cousins. Well, there was 12 girls, you know, on his line in the family. He had 3 sisters, and the rest were cousins, all girls.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, there was a couple of those girls that were tougher than any boy that I have ever known in my life. Because they were horse girls. They liked, you know, they rode in rodeos and stuff like that, and they were country girls.
Yeah.
Sally, you cold again this morning?
Yeah.
What's the temp up there?
Cold.
Hey, Google.
It's either cold or not cold.
Right.
That's the two temperatures you get.
Like, I have a sweater on, but I have a tank top underneath this, so that if my sweater gets too warm, I can take it off and wear my tank top.
It's 70 here.
63.
Dang.
63.
63 degrees, I'd be building a fire in the fireplace.
Yeah, it's 67 here.
Yeah,
67.
there's this cold front coming through, and it's like it dropped 12 degrees from here. I mean,
We got that wind the other night, and it just cooled everything off, man. We were getting like 20-mile-per-hour winds, and then we got a thunderstorm, and I guess a lot of people had boats come up out of the water, and
dang.
trees
Rock
rolling, and yeah, all that crap. I know it's not summer weather at all. It's fall weather.
I know. It's been so hot. I hope it's not real cold for us. I hate the thought of the whole winter being 20 degrees.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like we don't get much of a winter or a summer anyways, but I mean, usually we get like a couple of really hot days, and then the rest is like 80s, and you're not dying, and it's not super humid or anything. So you can go out to the beach and play in the water and stuff, and it's warm but comfortable. And that's not like that right now. I know. I look like I'm in winter right now.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to. I don't want to be.
I don't want you to be either. I don't want to be either.
Did they get did they get much cold weather down where Texas Val's at?
No.
I think every once in a while they do get some, a cold snap coming through or whatever.
Right.
And it can be, 30s.
30s.
Yeah, I know. That's above. That's in the positive. That's not in the negative. But I mean, yeah, we could do that, standing on our heads with our arms behind our back, and that's nothing.
Yeah.
Because I know in the wintertime when I go to California, it's like 55 degrees, and everybody's got their dang parkas on, and I'm like, what are you? This is like, jeans and t-shirt weather,
I remember when we were kids, and we would get like scarves and gloves for Christmas and hats. And like we never wore that. Even living in California, we never wore our scarves or anything like that. Here, you got a scarf, you're gonna freaking wear it.
Right.
And
it ain't gonna be for fashion look.
No.
Or is to keep your dang neck warm.
Yeah, you're gonna be wrapping that around your mouth so that whenever you breathe, you don't freeze your teeth.
I've mentioned before the friend of mine that lived in Alaska. His teenage daughter, he was showing us some pictures of them up and when they were living in Alaska. During the winter months, all the kids were always dressed with scarves and heavy clothes and stuff like that when they were outside. His daughter said that the fashion went out the window at the first snowfall because the rest of because all you were trying to do was stay warm.
Yep.
And you see, my kids went the other way with it. They wouldn't hardly wear a coat. I couldn't hardly get my kids to wear a coat. And then like my oldest, he started doing this thing to where he wore a beanie all the time, and even in the summertime. And so then he got this really cool sweatshirt that he really liked, and he wore it in the summer and the winter, but didn't wear anything else in the winter. It was just the sweater.
Mhm.
So yeah, they wouldn't wear coats at all.
I think they do that on purpose.
Just to piss me off, I think. I'm like,
I would say.
why don't you wear
I'd
your
say
dang
right.
coat? And then Jonah, he gets these fleece, sweatshirts with the hoods, and that's what he wears in the wintertime. That's it.
Yeah.
Carol
Well, and
says
he's
she
so
can't
hot-blooded.
take the heat with these hot flashes she already has.
Oh gosh.
I think half the women that's in this daggum channel is going through hot flashes.
Not me.
Not me neither.
Well, I still get them, but I don't have to worry about all that.
I'm too young.
I You're too young? No.
Sally's playing the too young card.
Carol says she
Nope.
gets hot and cold flashes. That sounds like a. That sounds like a, what do you call it, problem? Like you got a problem with your
Your thermostat?
thermostat. Thermostat. You need to change your thermostat.
Yeah. When you get to the doctor again, ask him check your thermostat. You think it's defective?
Yeah.
Sherry said she wants to rename herself to the Hot Flash Flipper.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, you better grab that one, Sherry.
Somebody be grabbing that one.
Oh my God! Who would...
She said she's fine. She just got a checkup, but they didn't check your thermostat.
You need a lube job for that one. Oh, sorry. Sorry. That just came out and I couldn't control it. Anyway. Yeah. Shut up, Valerie.
Beth told me, just wait, Sally.
Oh, wait a minute. I got.
Your times are coming.
Hey, as long as I can have hot flashes in the wintertime, that'll be fine.
Yeah. It's not that simple. Because I mean, you literally, and it's not like a warming body, like you're getting warm all of us. You get like hot, like you got to strip. Yeah, and you don't care where you're at, you just got to strip because you were
great.
so.
Well, get Carol in on here. We'll get viewership up on that then. Because I'm taking her clothes off.
True.
We're not laughing at you, Carol. We're laughing with you.
Yep.
Yeah, in Texas, Val, that's the way North Carolina is. Snow and the first side. Well, not the whole state, but our section of the state. It shuts down. Because up in the north, up in the mountains, they do get snow on a pretty regular basis. So, I mean, it's not like Michigan and Minnesota where they get 15 feet, but they'll get 6 inches, and they do have the snowmaking equipment, the snow plows and stuff like that up there.
Right. So I guess kind of in a pinch, if they needed, if you guys got dumped on pretty good, I mean, would they bring the plows from the mountains down to North Carolina? Or they
Probably
just
not, because they would be
probably take
dealing with their own problems up there.
Well, that's true.
But,
That is true.
but they could,
Yeah.
or at least down to the foot of the mountains, where they help those counties, and they could get back up pretty quickly.
Yeah. I have not that's one thing I have not been to is like the mountain area of North Carolina yet.
We
I
have
haven't
the Blue
experienced that.
Ridge Parkway. We have the Blue
Uh-huh.
Ridge Parkway that runs from Asheville to up into Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and they shut it down completely during the winter months because it gets snow and there's not enough. Because it's a scenic road. You get on it to see the mountains and whatnot. So
Right.
there's not a lot of off ramps and on ramps. When you get on it, you better have a full tank of gas. But they shut it down because it snows and they're just not going to clear it because there's just not enough
Right.
traffic to justify it.
Yeah.
It's a good place to ride motorcycles, though, if you like riding motorcycles,
Oh, I bet.
because it's just all these curvy. A lot of it's on the top of the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's all this curvy roads getting up there to the top, and it's pretty
Oh,
up there.
hairpin curves and
So there's your message from the NC State, North Carolina State Tourism Board.
I just seen I got a notification, Todd or Tom, for your video.
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
just got
what? What's going on here? I seen a picture of me and I'm like, who stole my picture? Somebody stole my picture.
Well, I was just letting my people know that you were back and that you were getting back. You were returning to your morning show since you're off of your 15 weeks of vacation, and that I wanted them to come out and support you like they had been doing me, and blah 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 blah.
Oh, that's sweet. I appreciate it.
Tom said you were gone for 20 weeks.
Yeah, well, it started out 15 and then it went to 20. It seemed like it.
Well, I missed everybody, but it was a good time off. It was a much needed holiday. Let's just say that, because but I was exhausted. Younger people, they go more, they do things, they run more and all that, and I am not used to that at all. So
And you got the babies.
they got the babies, and it's just a constant go go go, and yeah, I'm not up to par with that, but it was fun. It was fun. Probably won't do that long of a stint altogether again, just because it's almost like I mean, it worked out okay and everything, but it was too much, too much to prepare for, and too much to kind of keep going. It was a pain in the ass, really.
Well, Val said this time you're going to go spend 3 days with the daughter in Tennessee. I mean, in North Carolina. 3 days with the one over in California, and then you're going to come spend 2 weeks with her.
Well, I am planning on going back to Texas. I'd like to go out there for another week or so, and hang out with her. Yeah. But I mean, the downfall of all that. I mean, I'm thinking probably at least 3 weeks with Julie. and then I'll come home for a couple of weeks, and then I'll go to North Carolina and probably spend another 3 weeks. So, I mean, that's those are
When,
long stints, but
when's Julie's baby due?
I believe it is November 12th. So I figure I'll get out there, a couple of days prior to when she's supposed to go in because she's having a C-section. And I'll go out there a couple of days prior, and then um, she'll have the baby. We'll get her home and situated. By that time, it'll be Thanksgiving. And then, I'll stay for Thanksgiving and then probably come home shortly after that. And come home, get caught up, and then probably leave December 13th ish for North Carolina because I want my grandkids in North Carolina. I have not been to a birthday party of theirs, any of theirs. So I need to start doing that. I need to start, I need to do that. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it works out. Things change but time gets away from you, and I turn around and my grandkids are 4 years old, and and it's just pretty soon they're going to be in school, and
Yeah,
so
if you blink too long, they'll be driving, and you'll go, "Where the hell did
it's
time
true.
go?" That's why
Yeah,
you young whippersnappers, if there's any of you out there, because it looks like there's only old people out there today. You need, if there is any young whippersnappers, y'all need to get out there. You need to enjoy your life. You need to get out there and travel and do things like that to work your business so you can afford to do so. Because one of these days you might wake up and you can't get out of damn bed.
yep,
You know, so
yep.
live today
Well, and
responsible.
that has always been one thing that I've always wanted to happen was, my grandkids coming to my house, staying for a month, during the summertime. That's something that I want to happen. Probably, school age. I figure probably, 6 years old, 7 years old.
Right.
And I would love for that to happen. But, I got a little bit of time to get that all straightened out. But
Well, you got to get to Texas and
yeah,
get situated
but
out there. I know Valerie's looking for your place.
yeah. I mean, I've got a little bit of time, you know, before I got things to get in place before that could ever happen.
Right.
Because I'm just not gonna, you know, pull up stakes here and just move. I've got to make sure that I have a viable, an even more viable business than what I had. Um, you know, because I want to be able. There's going to be, differences in finances and bills and responsibilities. So I got to make sure that I'm prepared for that. And there ain't no way that I'm going to do that. You know.
What's it like? What's the difference in cost of living between the two places you live at? Is that more expensive in Texas?
Yeah. Well, rent's going to be the kicker. I mean, it's going to be for a halfway decent house. It's probably going to be 1,200 there compared to what I pay here is 300. So a big difference there. So but that's something that I had to accept, and I've got to, that's why I've taken on Amazon and, doing a couple of other reselling gigs other than eBay and Poshmark, trying to get something going on there. But
Well, you got to stop going on vacation for 25 weeks. That's the first thing you got to do.
Hi,
mhm,
Julie.
but it'll all get done.
Is that your daughter
Yeah,
in the chat?
it's Valerie's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, Julie.
It's a good thing she's not out here visiting her sister, because she'd be miserable.
Is it that bad?
It's hot. Well, it's not been the last couple of days. It's not been hot, but the girl across the street's expecting in October, and her husband's like, I forbid her to come out the house, because she comes out the house and she is about to pass out, and he says, and then she gets irritable, and I get irritable, and then we fuss, and then the other kids cry.
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean you don't have income taxes?
Texas doesn't have an income tax.
What do you mean?
They don't have a state income tax.
Oh,
You don't have to file. You don't have to file a state income tax.
That's the reason so many billionaires live in Texas.
oh, that's why Todd's there.
That's what I was,
Yep.
I was getting ready to say that too. Yeah,
But that's the thing. I mean, you may not have to pay state income taxes, but one way or the other, they're going to get their money. So you may not have to physically pay that, but one way or the other.
Well, they have like Todd. Todd's got 2 oil wells pumping oil out of his backyard. So they have they have some pretty hefty taxes on that oil production.
Hi, Zulu one.
Valerie, Texas Val, she's been talking about this daggum this heating and air conditioning business her husband has. He's probably out. They probably got some oil wells scattered around, and that's what they do all day is go out there and check the oil wells and make sure it's pumping that money into their bank account.
I'm sure.
Mhm.
I'm sure.
I'm eating my medicine.
Oh.
Damn, that looks like a suppository. What the hell is that? Oh, that's a brownie. The way you had it in your hand, all I could see was one edge of it, and it looked like a big old peel.
Up you go.
Down the hatch. Yeah, Julie, I got your message, but let's see. Julie, I thought you were staying forever. Oh my gosh. Well,
It sounds like she's ready for you to leave.
I don't know that you could handle me for forever.
She has a little much, doesn't she?
I'm a lot much. Just think, if I lived there, I would have to drive there, and that would not be good. So it's better that I just visit.
She'd wake up, or she'd show up, and her hands are like this because they've been on the steering wheel for so long. I get like that. My hands will cramp, and I can't. I have to like go like this while I'm driving.
Pry them away from.
Yeah.
I think I could drive. I think I could drive there. Not so.
I think
it's a thing that I don't have to. I don't have to do it, so I don't do it. But if I had to, I probably could.
Yeah.
I can do anything I need to or want to.
Mm-hmm.
I am woman, hear me roar, driving down the road. For my corner.
Jump in there, Mr. Sadie, with your guitar. Give him some
There you go.
backup.
Guitar.
Guitar.
Julie says driving with you is difficult.
I know it is. Believe me, I know that I am difficult to drive with.
Are
I'm
you a
sorry.
Are you a backseat driver?
Totally. Totally.
Oh, God.
And I'm a mama, so I'm like, brake lights, slow down, going too fast
And
when you're
she's
on the.
stomping her imaginary
Oh man,
brake.
that thing, that passenger floorboard over there, it got work out this time. You know, my kids are good. They're good drivers. You know, they and I don't have any reason to be afraid or anything like that. But you know, and like Texas Val, she kind of took it as a, you know, she enjoyed it. She was like, "Oh, this is fun. I like to hear Valley scream." So yeah, she was that. Once she found out about that, she was like, "Oh, yeah, uh, that's what we're gonna do." So
That's what my brother-in-law Chris does too. He likes to make me scream.
mhm.
And I'll be in the back going, "Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god." He's like, "What the hell?" He's asking Brandon, "What the hell is wrong with your wife?"
You know,
Okay.
the best seat in a car, for me, is like the back seat behind the driver.
Not me.
So because I don't see nothing. I don't see any of the, you know, the like the dash and, you know, how fast you're going or what. I don't see any of that. So
Yeah, I
I'm good
have
with
to
that.
see that. I have to see that.
No. It's better if I don't. But
Well,
when I
it's
go to
better if I'm
Julie's,
tied up and in the trunk,
well, yeah,
blindfolded.
I understand. But when I go to Julie's, I am usually in the front seat, in the passenger seat. So that's my place. So I get a real workout when I'm over there. I'm still trying to find the chat.
Oh my god, are you serious?
It won't come up at all for
Oh,
some reason.
well, let me get in here and see what's going on in the chat.
I'm
sorry,
so
I'm
tired of
not feeling. I'm not feeling my usual chipper self this morning.
That's okay. It's all right. Perfectly fine.
Good morning,
So
Julie. Thanks for
so on
joining us.
this what's better to get? Is it better to get the yard duck or whatever it is?
Yard duck, the yard stream.
Yard
You might want to
stream.
try. You might want to just start off with the
Okay.
StreamYard.
yeah, stream yard. Thank you.
Okay.
The yard
Or
duck.
the duck. Or the duck, like you call it.
Okay. So StreamYard.
Yeah. Good morning, South Texas Picker. It's good to see
But
you.
that's not as good as Zoom, I think.
No, but
Zoom is way better.
she can get her. I'm hoping that they're going to fix them. They're going to do some stuff because, like, add some more servers because it's not as clear as. And there's sometimes you get lag.
Mm-hmm.
But
On
you
Zoom?
no on stream yards on the
Oh.
duck. But like if when she opens up StreamYards to do a show, she automatically gets the host automatically gets the chat from her YouTube stream. Oh my God, who is that redneck hick talking?
That would be you.
I just brought up the chat on my phone, so
Okay.
that way at least I could see what people are talking about.
So, Julie, if you're not subscribed to Chick Picker, how about hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up, and the bell notification. South Texas Picker, it's good to see you. Maggie Doodle, always a privilege, honey. Zulu One, it's good to see you this morning. Ten of Hearts. Hey, Joanna, I was thinking about you this morning about 1:30 this morning. I'm like, I haven't seen Joanna for a while.
Yeah.
Where's Joanna? I haven't seen her.
She's about maybe
She's
about
a little,
15 chats from the bottom.
Yeah, and why are you telling Julie to subscribe to her mom?
I was
I'm
just
pretty
being
sure.
I was
Oh.
hard ass.
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that she's
she's
subscribed to her mother.
yeah,
I don't know. She might not want to know what all kinds of crap her mother's into, you know. She's like, I've got one child, one husband, one baby on the way. I have enough to deal with besides my mother's shenanigans. Good morning, Texas, Brenda. Damn, how many people are in Texas?
Too many.
not
I guess
enough.
that's a place to be.
Not enough.
I
I
guess
don't really.
Alabama is the old place to be. Now it's Texas.
Mm,
Eh,
like, is there a cold place in Texas?
A what?
I think Texas has a lot of different climates.
Like,
As
is
you
there
get
a place that is like more like Colorado in Texas?
I don't think they have any mountain
no,
ranges in Texas.
no.
I'll live in northern Texas.
Well,
Well, if you
No,
live in northern Texas, you're going to be in Tornado Alley.
no,
my
I don't
friend,
need all that drama.
my friend's fam and Lorraine, they lived in Dallas, and they used to have some hellacious ice there.
Hmm.
That's the reason they got a suburban.
Yeah.
Now they live in Indiana. Indiana.
They're like, might as well.
They live in Indiana, and they still. I mean, they have. It's not the same suburban, but they have another. They've just had suburbans all these years because of that damn ice in Houston. I mean, in Dallas.
No matter what you're driving in on ice, you're
Oh yeah,
driving on it, you're going to slide.
yeah. That's the
No
reason.
matter if you got a 4-wheel drive with snow tires and whatever 450 whatever, it don't matter
You better
because you're
wear
still
a helmet
if,
and
if
some
you're
padding.
out there, you're gonna be sliding.
That's the reason I don't go out when we have a lot of ice down here. I'm not worried about my driving. I'm worried about everybody else's
That is true.
because
That's so true.
these good old boy rednecks that we have around here think just because they have their Chevy has 4-wheel drive on it that they can go anywhere.
Yep. And they passed me because I don't drive on that now. The snow or the ice. Even when it's snowing, I don't like to drive when it's snowing either. But I've driven on that before, and they'll pass me, because I'm being cautious. I'm going slower than the speed limit because that's what I'm going to do. And they'll pass me like I'm standing still, and I'm like, okay, I'll see you up the road in the ditch, because that's where you're going to end up.
Julie is such a good daughter.
She is.
She says, "Ha ha, yeah, driving with you is difficult." I like that word, difficult.
We actually talk about it quite a bit. You know, I mean, she lets me know that I'm difficult to drive with. And I think, after I'm there for a couple of days and I'm kind of used to it, I'm not so bad. But yeah, I'm doing all right.
I'm probably
I'm
like
doing
10 times worse than you.
Cool, Joanna. Where you going on vacation? I'm sorry. I'm just jumping out there and saying whatever I want to say.
No, you go ahead and you go for it. You're still in host mode.
Mm-hmm.
Post mode.
Hi, Todd.
Hey, sorry I stepped away. I was feeding dogs and
That's okay.
I come in and out a lot.
He had to go out there and change the barrels out from beneath his oil wells.
Yeah, just they fill up so fast. That's kind of a nonstop job, Tom.
Yep.
So
Imagine.
Yeah, Texas Val's always saying she's having to man the phones, and I think she's out there. She's having to change the daggum the buckets from under her oil wells.
Hey, gotta keep
I had a
those
minor
things.
surgery this morning. Gwen had to pick a sticker out the bottom of my foot.
Ugh, that's awful.
That wouldn't happen if I would trim the weeds around my swimming pool once or twice a year.
Right?
Yes, Joanna, that sounds fun.
Oh,
Nice.
that is cool. She's taking her GoPro so they can record going down the river and into some caves.
Sweet.
Joanna, your chaps are young, aren't they? Like the oldest one's maybe 6?
Yeah, she got some young ones.
Yeah, she's young. She's one of the young viewers.
I know, Liz. That's why I just ate that brownie.
No, you don't, Joanna. Please, God, don't tell me the woman that lives that's farming all the time puts a damn AC window unit in her tent.
What's wrong with that?
That sounds like something my sister-in-law does, and has lived in the city all her life.
I've never done that, but I have one now, so I could take it with me if I had to.
Hell yeah. Well, like I said, camping for me is staying at the Econo Lodge. If they don't have room service, then you're at the Econo Lodge. You're camping. When I was a kid, I loved camping. When I was in my 20s, I loved camping and fishing. When my boys were Cub Scouts, I loved camping because I was camping with them.
Right.
Miss Roberta does not participate in camping. If she has to put her shoes on to go to the bathroom, she ain't going.
I understand.
So now it's like,
we grew up camping. I mean that.
oh, I did too.
That was what we did. We loved it. You know, going to the beach and camping, or you know, like I said, sometimes we didn't have the money to go. I'm assuming we didn't have the money because we would pack up and we would go up to the lake and camp out there for a week. My mom, she loved camping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we didn't camp, we didn't go on vacation.
Yeah, we camped.
That was back in the days where a campsite was nothing. You know, even in a nice campground, they were still cheap. Now, before my parents got rid of their motorhome, they were paying like $50 a night camping, and I mean, even if you're tent camping or like a little pop-up camper, it's still not cheap.
No, we never had any of that. We had the
No.
back of a truck with a camper on it, a topper.
Uh-huh.
And we had a van with a bed at one point, and then but we always stayed in tents.
Yeah.
We
That's
did too. I mean, I was probably, I don't know, I was about 14 when my dad and mom got their first tag-along camper. But my brother and I always had pup tents, so we always was outside. You know, we always camped outside. And oh, I bought a storage. True said and Two said I bought a storage unit yesterday with tons of Pottery Barn stuff in the boxes for $90.
Awesome.
Lord, that
Good
sounds
job, girl.
awesome. Amazon, here it comes. Hopefully.
Well, I hope y'all were quiet, Joanna, on your honeymoon. She said they camped for their honeymoon at Mackinac Island.
Oh my gosh.
And what'd you do once you were there? Because you can't drive on at Mackinac Island.
You're not supposed to ask that. That's personal.
No.
They were on their honeymoon, Sally. They're on their honeymoon.
So they were riding each other. Is that what you're saying?
I
Instead of the horses. Tom said it, not me.
I know. Tom.
But I was not blatant. I said, what do you do on your honeymoon?
Yeah. What do you normally do on your honeymoon?
A friend of mine's kid went on their honeymoon. They went on a cruise for their honeymoon, and they literally left the wedding and flew and got on the ship that night. I told him, I said, worst mistake you will make in your life is going on a honeymoon for your cruise, a cruise on your honeymoon. And they're like, oh, no, it's going to be wonderful. No, it's going to be wonderful. I said, no, it will not be wonderful because you're going to be wanting to do what's going on, see what's going on the ship, the activities and whatnot. You're not going to want to be in your hotel, in your stateroom. And they came back and they said, oh, Tom, you're right. I said, of course.
We just had sex the whole time. It was horrible.
No, they said that it was not romantic at all. Because they were constantly going. They were constantly going. They go to the cabin and freshen up, and that's what they called it, freshen up. And then they were back out on the deck again, doing something else. And I said, I told you. I am one of those people that will tell you, I told you so.
Yeah.
I am old, and I do it all the time, and you just have to like it.
Yep, that's true. I'll be right back.
Sure, go ahead. We took care of it for 20 weeks. We can do it for another couple.
20.
Okay. Joanna says that they stayed on the island and walked around, and they stayed in the Grand Hotel.
Oh, they went camping when they were on Mackinac. It's supposed to be a pretty place. I saw it on the Travel Channel.
Yeah, I want to go sometime. I actually want to go to Klamath Falls also. And they have like a bunch of reserves. Like they have this bear reserve, and I guess they let you take pictures with the cubs and pet them and stuff. Pet them and feed them. So cute. I would love to do that.
I like the YouTube videos where the handlers are working with cubs and baby elephants and stuff like that. There's this one YouTube video where one of the handlers is working with a baby elephant, and the baby elephant's wanting to sit in his lap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just really cute.
Yeah.
And he's trying his best to sit in that guy's lap. You're going to get hurt. Would you stop? Get off the box. Go lay down.
Joanna says, FYI, Sally, the Grand Hotel has a 5-star 5-star dinner, and you have to dress up for dinner. Men have to wear suits, so I wore my wedding dress. That's cool.
So at least you got 2 wears out of it. Most women
Yeah.
only get 1. Actually, there was an article in the Observer. It's been a few years back. This lady took her wedding dress and cut it down and made it into a prom dress for her daughter to wear.
Oh, that's cool.
But she took all the excess fabric off of it. And it was real cute.
They do a lot of things with wedding dresses now. Like, if you ever find a wedding dress, like, no matter if it's stained or looks old, like the lace looks old or yellowed or anything like that, you can always sell it on eBay. Just because I had one that that was stained at the bottoms, but it had a lot of like intricate lace and stuff, and I sold it on eBay, and I sold it to somebody in Canada, and they sent me a message saying, I love this dress. Everything went perfectly. We actually are a business that changes, like we'll take off some of the beads and applique and put on, dye the dress, and then put on different beads and applique and just change it up, and they come out really nice. And so I was like, that's cool. I mean, the dress wasn't it wasn't my dress. Like, I found it
Right.
probably, I can't remember where I found it. I got it for free, probably in the dumpster.
There's a woman down in Columbia, South Carolina, that has she has like a wedding shop. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, if you want to get married, you call her up and you pay whatever fee it is, and you come in and you select from a wedding dress that they have that'll fit, and you put it on. They do your hair. They have like a little chapel. You go down there. You get married at that type of thing, and she stays busy, so she buys a lot of used wedding gowns.
Yeah.
So she'll have a bunch of different styles and a bunch of different sizes. I think I guess because I'm not a chick and I don't get it. $14,000 for a frock that I'm going to wear one time. If I had a daughter and she came up to me and she said that, I'd say, let's get the Sears and Roebuck catalog out. I need to know what the gowns in here. Or let me put the word out to all your aunts and uncles scattered around your reseller community. I'm looking for a wedding dress in a size 6 or 4 or whatever.
In a size cheap.
Yeah. Joanna, you have 2 boys, don't you? Or do you have a girl?
I think she has a boy and a girl.
Maggie says her one daughter-in-law spent over $1,000 on her dress, and it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're expensive. I mean, they're beautiful.
Both of my daughters got married on the same day. They went to Lake Tahoe and got married. And I wasn't able to be there.
Jolene. Sorry, that was Joanna's daughter.
I like that name.
What is your husband's name? Jimmy John, Joanna, Joseph, and Jolene.
Joey, probably.
And I'm not making fun.
I think it's cool though because y'all start with Joe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Watch his name be Steve.
Because I went to school. I went to school with a set of triplet girls. Ryan. Oh no. Oh, that's Joe. No, I call him by his full Joe. Okay. I went to school with a set of triplet girls. Faith, Hope, and Charity.
Really?
Yeah. I said they said that their grandmother, their maternal grandmother, named them.
Oh my
I
goodness.
said, so you still hate the old lady?
Oh, his name's Ryan. See? Said he's left out.
Oh my gosh.
Texas Val says all of my husband's family starts with the letter D except for their mom.
Wow. That's kind of
Dude,
cool.
you think everybody in this generation, with the current generation's name started with a D? Because I'll hear my son saying on their phone, dude, what are you doing? Dude, meet me at such and such a place.
Sure. That's fine.
Yep. So what's everybody got going on today?
Listing.
Listing.
Hi, Mary.
Gotta list it to make the money.
Yeah. That's the name of the game right there.
Gotta take Mama.
Mary, did you watch Handmaid's Tale today?
What?
Did you
Handmaid's
watch
Tale.
Handmaid's Tale today?
Oh, God.
Beth's still listing parts.
Beth will
Yeah,
probably be listing parts for a while.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either, Mary.
It's good.
I gotta do that. I gotta work that into my schedule today because I would say more than likely after the show is over, that's probably what I will do, and then after that I'll ship and get everything else going. Probably just take a break and watch that.
Oh, really, Joanna? You watch it too?
Oh, I love it.
Good. I love it too.
I've actually I've been having the what is it called? The Walking Dead. I started from the beginning, and I've been watching that. So there's some pretty gruesome. Not, I wouldn't say gruesome, but there's some pretty moving. Things that happen in The Walking Dead. It's not, like I always say, it's not about the zombies. It's about surviving in that world.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're always got to have, shelter and food, and it's the struggle of just surviving in that type of world. And somebody always wants your stuff.
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody that wants what you got. So
well, the TV series is not about the walkers. It's about the people that's trying to survive.
Yeah.
That's just like, if I don't know whether y'all know who Anne Rice is. She's a writer. She wrote the Vampire Chronicles, Interview with a Vampire, Queen of the Damned, The Vampire Lestat. The it's not about how to put this. The vampire is the vehicle that moves the story. It
Right.
is the whole stories are about the vampires and their life having been life for 300 to 1,000 years and all this kind of stuff. How they deal and they cope, and that's what makes good good stories.
Yeah.
I like
And I know that a lot of people got, kind of, not really, I guess you could say bored with The Walking Dead just because of, I mean, there's always, like Tom always says, somebody's going to die and, and somebody's going to take somebody's, attack somebody's, area or whatever. That's always going to happen. But, it definitely keeps the story moving. And I mean, this is what is this going to be, their 10th season?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's got to be something, that says a lot for the writers and the producers and all of that.
They're ready, Mary, whenever you are.
So.
Well, that's the boy that played Carl, which he's not a boy anymore. He's a man, a grown man.
No,
A young man.
not anymore.
He so I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, okay.
He is he said, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that millions of people have watched. He said it's weird that 1 million people have watched me grow up. Normally you'll have my friends. He said my friends will have an aunt or an uncle say, "I remember when you were this age and you were doing this kind of stuff, or you look like this." And now he says, I've got millions of people that come up to me and go, "Oh, I remember when you got shot down on the farm. You were just so cute, blah, blah, blah."
Yep, he was little. He was just a little kid.
He little grew up. And then, that's, I don't know if y'all remember Home Improvement. The boys that was on that, they were little boys when they started that show, and they were, all going off to college for time it ended. You got to see all these kids grow up.
I do have to say that the trailer for the 10th season of The Walking Dead looks really good.
It does. It does look really
I
good.
just was like, oh my God, quite a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Is there any of the original cast still in there?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. But it's evolved, and just like, everything else, it's evolved into, something different. And but I still like the way that that it's going. And I don't see that it's gonna end anytime soon. I could be wrong.
Mansley.
I don't think so either.
Hi, Snobby.
I just kind of got bored.
And they've kind of set it up to where that's going to be the case. Is it's going, it's. I mean, it could definitely. I could see it going, 15, 20 seasons.
Yeah, because
if
Friend can get. How long did Friends last? Like 25 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have ended that one with everybody with walkers and those old man canes with the 4 tennis balls on the bottom of it. Good morning. Good morning, Snobby.
Good morning.
But yeah, if they can keep the storyline going and keep people's interest, it can go on forever. I just got bored.
Yeah.
There's like a few episodes where it's just like, oh, okay.
I really wish they would do one where they would go do London or up north. Let's go to Duluth. Where it's 32 below zero up there. Let's see what happens to those suckers. Even if it's just like a mini series, it don't have to be 40 episodes long.
Right.
I don't know whether y'all remember miniseries or not. That's like
Oh yeah.
Roots, North and South.
Shogun.
Yep.
I had Shogun.
Shogun, yeah. Oh my God. When those things were going on, and you got to remember, we only had most places only had 4 TV channels. People would be at home on, I think Shogun was on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. People were at home on Tuesdays and Thursday nights to watch that damn shows.
Yep, glued to the TV.
Yeah.
And then and Sunday nights it was Wild Kingdom and The Wonderful World of Disney.
Yeah. And Wild Kingdom was the lead up for Disney.
Yep. The Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah. Okay, I've got to go pick up my son. He's done with his classes, and I'm gonna make him drive back.
Okay, Tom.
So I'll probably see y'all tomorrow.
Okay. Sally,
Feel better.
wake up.
I'm gonna take one of my magic pills when I get back.
Okay.
And I'm incoherent when I'm completely wide awake and sober, more or less. You don't want to hear me when I'm taking one of these pills.
Yeah.
Because it's like colors.
Yeah. Ooh,
There's a rainbow coming out of my cat's butt. That type of stuff. Y'all have a great day.
All right.
Bye, everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for coming in and supporting Valerie. Show her some love by giving her some thumbs ups.
And tell Sally to go to bed. Everybody, 1, 2, 3.
Go to bed, Sally.
Go to bed.
I am.
There's Naked Man. He's saying you need to get to bed.
He's ready to take an afternoon nap. All right. Talk to y'all later.
Bye, Tom.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.
I'm leaving too.
Bye,
Okay.
Sally.
Good night.
Good night.
Night. Love you. See you tomorrow.
And then there was 3. Well, actually, there's 2, and Todd is muted. Todd
is kind of there. Todd.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's been I haven't even been home a week, but it's been a little difficult trying to get, back into the groove of things.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The weekend was just kind of I was trying really hard to, just kind of dive in. I had this whole plan and everything, and then it just kind of squashed it. But I'm working on it. And,
you'll need Bridget to have set up goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what she was doing with me and Tom.
That's what, but the last couple of days, it's just been about just kind of diving in and really, seeing what I have. And, so I've kind of got a new outlook as far as what I've got and what I need to do with it. I need to get the best stuff up, and the other stuff can kind of fall by the wayside for right now until it's needed. But I've just kind of been focusing on on that. Just trying to get the best of the best up. The
Well,
best, the stuff that can make me the most money. I guess that would be a better way to put it.
did you end up mailing stuff home?
I mailed one FedEx box home from Julie's, and because I had too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually Texas Val has I think 4 boxes for me to mail home, but I haven't had her do that yet. So that should be maybe next week. I should be able to have her mail that stuff home. But yeah, it's just so I was very careful as far as what I picked up, and I had the mindset of I'm not sending a bunch of stuff home, but if I come across something that's really good, like if I'm at the bins and there's a whole bins of new with tag free people,
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna pick that up.
exactly.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna send it home, and I know that I can make money on that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, but I was very careful on the things that I did send home and pick up, because I think we went Texas Val. We went to the bins. We went to the Austin bins once or twice, and then we went to San Antonio. I think we only went once to the Austin bins. I can't remember. Anyway, neither here nor there. But it was great. I loved it, and I thought for some reason I thought that we were a lot farther away from San Antonio than what we actually were. It's really not that far, and really to have two bins that close to you, and they're always changing out. It's a big facility. Um, I mean, you really can't beat that. Um, so at least I know that that's there, and that's kind of what I was talking to Valerie about was I really don't, when I move, I really don't plan on taking like a lot of furniture, a lot of stuff with me. I would
Mhm.
actually like to get rid of the majority of my inventory and just have a small amount to take with me.
And
Uh,
then just start over.
just kind of, I'm not gonna like give my stuff away or just redonate it. I don't think I want to do that because I've already put the work in to
Mm-hmm.
the listed items. But I want to work on getting that supply down, which I'm not really sure how that's going to work, because how do you do that if you're still buying, you're still selling? It's kind of like a double-edged sword there.
Yeah.
um
Maybe do some bundles.
yeah, yeah, I mean that's definitely an option, but
Yeah. Like size bundles.
mhm. So it's going to be interesting, but I don't plan on taking a whole bunch of stuff with me. I really would like to kind of just start fresh and make it a real smooth move. I'd like to just take one trip. I don't really want to do 2 trips. And with the van, I should be able to put quite a bit in there. And then also, and I'm planning on just getting like a U-Haul trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to get all that stuff worked out. Yeah, you see how quick she was to say, "Hey, you didn't invite me. We love the bins." Yeah, yeah. We went to the Austin bins once, and then San Antonio bins. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. So,
I think Todd.
so
I think Todd unmuted himself.
I think so because now
Yep.
I can hear the TV and everything else is going on. It's okay. That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
it's
can
fine.
mute again.
No,
No,
you
you're
could.
fine. No, 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 no. Don't do it. But
Don't you do it.
Probably watching Handmaid's Tale.
Oh,
mm,
he's hooked.
Me? No. Gwen? Yes.
Oh, Gwen's hooked on Maid's Tale. Yeah, Maid's Tale.
oh, I love it. Love it, love it. Where are you? Okay. But sales been okay?
Yeah, they could be a lot better.
They could always be better. They could definitely always be better.
I already sold
I think
4
I.
of those Saturday evening posts.
Oh, did you? The ones
Oh,
that
did
you were
you?
selling, the
Yep.
advertisements, the funny advertisements.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
they're all paid for now, so the rest are gravy profit.
What year
Woohoo!
were they from?
They're from the 1920s.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So
Good job.
one buyer sent me a message saying, I went through and I took pictures of ads and covers and stuff and got through all 44 of them. And then one customer sends me a message. Sure would be nice to be able to see table of contents and the list of advertisers. And there's, it's printed in there. So
Right.
now I got to go back through all 44, take 2 more pictures,
Oh, my God.
open
Uh,
up every listing and add the pictures. I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do that.
that's
That'll
crazy.
that'll probably that's probably about 4 hours worth of work.
Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, you want to be able to sell them and everything, but sometimes you have to weigh on, is that extra work? I mean, it would be pretty shitty if you did all that work and then they didn't buy a one,
I know.
you know. So sometimes you have to weigh on, is that really going to be worth the, the work? Because how
Right.
can you guarantee, that they're even going to buy them? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I think Ansley. I think the San Antonio bins, they do some auctions too, because they had some really big. Um, they were like refrigerator boxes, and they had them in the front, and they weren't that. I mean, if you got the space to haul them, it probably would be a good idea, to. I can't remember if they auction them or if it was just a price. Like, I don't know, $200. I think it was just a price, but I could be wrong. It's been a couple of days. So, But yeah, I'm trying to get back in the groove, and I'm just trying to concentrate on keep listing and trying to keep getting stuff up and going through things and getting things somewhat organized. And but yesterday, actually the last 3 days have been really good sale days for me, so I'm very thankful for that. I think I have 5 going out today, and I'm waiting for 5 payments. So dirty bastards.
Dirty bastards.
Pay your bill.
Yeah,
That just irritates me. Well,
ooh,
they must have heard me. Oh, what do you want? I'm so sorry. I spaced and forgot to pay for this. Accept offer, and I will resolve today. Okay. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and take that then. All right. I guess you can have it. I'll give it to you.
I'm being nice today.
Yeah. You better take me up on that, because it may not
Tom-
last long.
Tomorrow might be a totally different day.
True. Yeah. Very, very true. And now I can hear that. I can hear that TV pretty darn good.
Yep.
That's okay. All right. All right. Good job. Good job on paying for your stuff.
I guess they were listening.
Yes, they were. Uh, okay. So yeah, I'm just trying to get everything worked out and get some new ideas. I do have I have some stuff I got to send into Amazon eventually, and hopefully this week I'll be able to do that. So get that going again. Get a good schedule for that. I want to be listing or getting a box set every week. So,
That's good.
and that definitely encouraged me to keep doing that. Like Maggie says, she only sends in 30 items a week. I mean, that's pretty encouraging right there. So you don't have to have hundreds of items to send in. I mean, you can only have you can send in 1 item a week, I guess, but you got to keep feeding the beast.
Yep.
So that's what I intend to do. So got some Boy Scout uniforms at the bins. I think I got 2 or 3, and those should do pretty good. Those always tend to sell for me. So let's see. Well, I hope that everybody has a great day for sales, and everything. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Everybody have fun and enjoy the weather outside if it's nice near you, and enjoy inside if it's too hot outside. And we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Alrighty
Bye,
then.
guys. Bye.